Good evening, afternoon, morning, whatever. I'm TheZOMBIEJ. I haven't been doing any LEGO reviews because, well, I've just been kind of lazy, so I'm going to do a couple of reviews tomorrow, hopefully, and, yeah, we'll see what happens after that. But today, I wanted to really take 10 minutes out of my life to rant about something, again, from the past. Last time we ranted about the cancellation of the Bionicle graphic novel 10, and subsequently 11, which would have followed 10. Yeah. That was a fiery video, to some degree. But, yeah. This time, we're talking about something that should have happened. Even as Bionicle's end was approaching, this should have came pretty much the same year that Crowdshell released their debut album, in 2010. And that, we're talking about Bionicle the album. Yeah, Bionicle the album. Something that I would love to hear. So, this was teased on the back cover of a comic from 2002, I think, and basically advertises, four musicians, artists, bands that would be selected to provide music for Bionicle the album. One of those was my favorite, one of my favorite musicians of all time, Rob Zombie. Just think about a Rob Zombie song being used to promote Bionicle. That would be so fucking awesome. But yeah. You also have Cold, who are an alternative metal, alternative rock, post-grunge band. I have all their albums, they're great. Well, we'll talk about that another day, probably. I also have Sev, rap metal, new metal, alt rock. Yeah, those are the genres according to Wikipedia. Their debut album, All These Dreams, pretty good. I like it. Better than Limp Bizkit. Yeah. There was also Kenna, which is an alternative musician, I think. And those were the four artists, bands, or whatever, that were selected. But there was another one that was kind of taking, I guess, Sev's place, and that was, temporarily, that was, crap, I can't even remember. Fuck. I can't remember, but there was a total of basically 5 musicians or bands that were selected, and were to provide potential songs to be released on an album relating to Bionicle. And this is a cool idea. This is awesome. So, unfortunately, it didn't happen because LEGO couldn't reach an agreement with Interscope Records. First of all, why would you choose Interscope in the first place, you morons? Think. So, this got shelved permanently. And, well, years later, in fact, in 2012, well, I don't know if it was recently or what, but in recent years, in recent memory, there was a 8-song, well, there was a track listing of what could have been, what might have been a Bionicle the album. This was compiled as Bionicle the album unofficial, the unofficial album from some user on BZP and other webs, a couple other fan sites probably. And this was interesting. I mean, there was definitely some interesting choices for songs, but yeah. So, that's cool. But still would have been official. It should have been official from the beginning. So what I did because of LEGO's neglectfulness to actually do this themselves, to release on digital platforms or on CD. I compiled basically the tracks that we got, the 12 songs that should have ended up as Bionicle the album and released in 2010. LEGO couldn't do that themselves, so I compiled the songs, and I might upload the folder to Mediafire, I don't know. But the first track we have is the Bionicle music for otherwise known as Killing Machines by Paul Hardcastle, the original, or the actual version of Bionicle music, the shorter, yeah. This is to represent the first 3 years of Bionicle. Okay, in some ways the first 4, I don't know. Hero and Caught in a Dream by All Insane Kids, or Dial Zero, represent years 4 and 5 of Bionicle. Paraka Rap by apparently G. Kim, and otherwise known as just Paraka, and Move Along by the All American Rejects represent 2006. Representing 2007 are 3 freaking songs. Here we got Creeping in My Soul by Cryoshell, Crashed by Daughtry, Face Me by Ed Zim and Malta, Gravity Hurts by Cryoshell, and again, Closer to the Truth by Cryoshell are representing 2008, and to represent 2009 and to an extent 2010, Bye Bye Babylon, the original version, and Ride by Presence. Now, I used the album version of Ride, and overall this album is 40 minutes and 55 seconds in length, and this is what I felt should have been Bionicle the album. But I couldn't do it! This is one of those projects that I feel should have existed from the very get-go. That it should have been resurfaced towards the end of Bionicle's run, Bionicle G1's run, and released as this 12-track album. Didn't happen because, yeah, we all know why. But, again, you could just compile these tracks yourself if you really wanted to. I came up with some pretty shitty cover art for it. Yeah. I mean, some of you will probably look at me like, well, who cares? Really, who cares? I care, you motherfucker. I'm a music buff, and to have these tracks on CD to purchase and collect would be nice. But it didn't happen, so therefore, I'm angry as all fuck. So, yeah. This is one of those things from the past that kind of grind my gears. One of those projects that LEGO tried to have done and didn't work. Apparently, well, it could have worked, but Interscope and LEGO couldn't really reach an agreement, and so therefore the project was axed. They should have gone with Geffen Records or whatever, or something like that. But they didn't. Oh well, it is what it is, but at the same time, you know, it would have been nice to have Bionicle the album on CD, at least on CD, to purchase and collect for $10.99. I mean, come on. So, that would have been awesome to have that released in 2010, and of course, Cryoshell released their debut in 2010 in Scandinavia in limited copies. But it is what it is, and that's all there is to it. But again, I still would have loved to have this happen. Now, fortunately, you know, having it digitally is not the same as having it physically, but it's better than not having it at all. So these 12 tracks that I've compiled, the tracks that we've gotten from Bionicle. These are definitely some nostalgic tracks, they really are. And, you know, you could always burn them to a CD on Windows Media Player, but at the same time, it's just not the same. Now, for Ninjago, Lego Ninjago, in recent years, they had a CD for Ninjago for the theme songs done by what? The Fold? Fuck the Fold. I want a Bionicle the Album compilation with these 12 songs now. And if Lego can't do that, fuck them. Because music is definitely something that its power we cannot fully explain, we never will. And the Bionicle music, Bionicle style music, whether that's these 12 tracks or soundtracks or anything else that was released musically during Bionicle's run, is just excellent work. And for this, we are grateful. But again, it would be nice to have Bionicle the album. I don't know. That's all I really have to say. Let me know in the description box below what your thoughts on the Bionicle the album project. There was a song that I actually posted on my channel. It was Bionicle-related, and it was theorized that would have been used for Bionicle the album, but I don't believe this. I feel like these 12 songs that I already talked about, these would work as Bionicle the album, and this I wholeheartedly believe, and I think you should too. So that's all there is to it. You know, that's it. Stay tuned, because I got more ideas for rant videos, and yeah, I'll be coming out with some rants every month, at least once or twice a month. There will be something for me to rant about and lose my mind over, like Bionicle. Fuck. Ugh. Yeah. So, again, this is just one of those things that grinds my gears. And, yeah, it's just one of those things that could have happened, that should have happened, and it would have been awesome if it did happen. So there you go. That's my rant on the cancellation of Bionicle the album. That's all there is to it. So, stay tuned for more videos. Thank you all for watching. And yeah, I am TheZOMBIEJ. I'll see you folks later. Have a good fucking day, and peace.